One of the ways to get to places is to drive there. In the US, we do require that you have a driver's license. Not everyone will need a driver's license. If you live in an area with good, reliable public transportation, like New York City, you may not need a driver's license. The driver's license is also your ID. If a police officer or a doctor's office needs to see your ID, you can show them your driver's license. Each state has a different style for their driver's license. Here's what Ohio style looks like. To get a license, you must be at least 16 years old. When you first get your license, you need to pass a test. You will also need to bring in identity documents when you get your license. These can be birth or naturalization certificates, social security card, a bill sent to your current address, and others. Please visit the Ohio BMV website for additional information about identity documents. In Ohio, you are also required to carry liability insurance when you drive. This means that you will need to pay for an insurance that will help if you crash your car. If you injure someone, the insurance will help pay for this too. Driver's license, test, identity documents. You will need to bring in your identity documents when you get your license or permit. These can be naturalization or birth certificates, social security cards, a bill sent to your current address, and others. Please see the Ohio BMV website for exact details. You will need to prove who you are and where you live. If asked for proof of residence or proof of U.S. residence, this means that you need to provide a document that shows where you live. A learner's permit allows you to drive without a driver's license so that you can practice. You will always need to have a licensed driver when you are practicing for the first few times. You are still responsible for following the law and having insurance. You will go to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, which is usually called the BMV. The BMV is where you get your learner's permit, renew your license, and update your car's titles when you purchase or sell a car. If it has to do with the car, you go to the BMV. BMV, Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Proof of residence, residence, permit, current. You will also be required in Ohio to carry liability insurance. This means that you will need to pay an insurance that will help you if you crash your car or if you injure a person. Liability means what you are liable for. Another way to say this is what you are responsible for. If you crash your car and you are at fault, you are responsible to pay for the damages. You are liable to pay for the damages. Liability insurance is required by Ohio law if you want to drive. You pay a fee every 6 months or a year to your insurance. In return, if you cause a crash, the insurance will help pay for damages and medical care. Without insurance, you can owe a lot of money to people you hurt in a crash. You can also choose, but are not required, to purchase full coverage insurance. Full coverage means that you pay a fee to the insurance company and they will pay for any damages that you cause in an accident, like liability insurance, but they will also pay for damages to your car or pay for your medical care. Full coverage will help you pay for damages to you even if you are not at fault or cause the accident. It is more expensive. If you talk to an insurance agent, someone who sells insurance, you may hear the words compulsory or optional. Compulsory means insurance that you are required to buy. Optional means insurance that you want but are not required to buy. Please note that in Ohio, you need both medical liability coverage and property coverage to drive. If you do not have insurance, you will be fined. You can earn discounts with your insurance by having certain safety features, like automatic seatbelts. You can also earn discounts if you have not had any accidents before. Before you purchase any insurance, ask if there are any discounts that apply to you. Liability, injure, insurance, medical, property, compulsory, optional, full coverage, damages, accident, at fault. Liability, injure, insurance, medical, property, compulsory, optional, full coverage, damages, accident, at fault. Often when you are signing up for car insurances, you may see review graphs. If you are new to graphs, please watch this next lecture. If you are familiar with graphs, you can skip ahead. This is a graph for favorite pets in the United States. You can see it's divided by adults, seniors, and children. Adults are blue, seniors are orange, children are gray. From this graph, you can see that dogs are equally favored by adults and children. You can also see that seniors mostly prefer cats. What else does this chart tell you? If you look at the vertical, which is the up to down, we see numbers 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. If you look at the horizontal line, we see the type of data: dogs, cats, birds, turtles. We also see the 3 different colors, which shows what the adults, seniors, and children prefer. When you read this chart, you can look at the color and see which number the color is equal to. This tells you how many of that type of person prefers that type of pet. So we can see that children love cats and dogs equally. These are traffic signs and traffic items that you will see when you drive. Most of these are universal. In the United States, red means stop, yellow means slow, and green means go. When you see an image with a red circle and a line slashed through it, that means no. So the red circle with the line over P means no parking. The red circle with the line over the bicycle means no bicycle riding is allowed. The speed limit signs are very important. They tell you how fast you can go on the roads. Typically in the US, we drive at slower speeds than most other parts of the world. So be prepared to slow down when you drive here. Ohio requires a 2-part test. The first part is written. This shows that you know the laws and procedures for driving. We recommend that you use our database called drivingtest.org, link in the description, so that way you can practice the written test. The second part of the test is the road test. This is when you are physically in the car with the tester and you drive around the neighborhood. This is so that the tester can see that you actually know how to operate the vehicle and you know how to obey traffic. The tester will give you verbal directions for the route. They will tell you to turn right at the stop sign or turn left at the next traffic light. They are observing to make sure that you are carefully driving, checking your mirrors, and obeying laws. We recommend that you practice your direction vocab for this. Right, left, straight, turn around, back up, turn, traffic sign, traffic light, stop sign, lines, right, left, straight, turn around, back up, turn, traffic sign, traffic light, stop sign, lines. If you break the law or if your car lights are not working, the police will pull you over. They will flash their lights and they may turn on their sirens. When you see their lights or hear their sirens, you will need to move your car to a safe area. Turn your car off. A lot of people get nervous when they get pulled over by the police. That is okay. Nervousness is an okay emotion. When the officer flashes the lights, start to slow down and use your turn signals to show the officer that you're going to move your car over. Still obey all traffic laws. If you change lanes, do so safely. Put both hands on the steering wheel if the officer comes to speak to you. If it is dark, you can turn on the inside car lights so that way the officer can see you better. This lets the officer know that you are not carrying a weapon or that you will not be violent. The officer will ask for your ID and proof of insurance. Proof of insurance means your insurance card. It is okay to give the officer these things. Typically, they will ask you, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" Be polite. Everyone is upset when they're pulled over, but you should be careful to be pleasant. Kindness goes a long way, and sometimes officers will let you off with just a warning. Beyond that, I am not a lawyer, so if you have any other questions, the library suggests a book series called NOLO. Other times, the police may give you a traffic ticket. Most traffic tickets are because of speeding or going faster than the speed limit. You have a choice. Most tickets just require that you send in a check for the amount. You do not have to go in person. A lot of courts just let you mail it in. If you disagree with the ticket, you can go to court and explain why you do not deserve the ticket. You are also allowed to have a lawyer. You will get a letter in the mail after you receive a ticket that explains these things.